Let's try that again and hopefully it won't turn off.
Alright.
Rosa and I, we're back out, we're down Immingham, Stallingborough. We're on the wall. Hoping to open a cod account for 2023. I'm a little bit sceptical. I think the better choice might have been East Dalton, might have been Goxhill. But I came down here to meet Jonathan from Little and Large Fishing over on TikTok. And we decided to pitch up and stay. So we're here. And I ain't put the microphone on. So you'll be able to hear me, but it won't be right good quality. There's not going to be a great deal of filming because I've not taken the footage off the memory card from the last trip out. My bad. So it's going to be a stoppy, starty kind of session. There's not going to be a whole lot of fish along with me, which is what I normally do. Besides which, it's pitch black. But I'm proper old school this week. I am fishing. I'll show you. I've got a tilly lamp. Big thanks to Big Aid for that. I finally brought it out with me. Been meaning to do it for ages, been meaning to give it a go. And I'm loving it. I'm loving it. It's only a single mantle, but it's a dual fuel. It just runs on unleaded. And the best thing about a tilly lamp flame, it doesn't attract the bugs like that does. So yeah, it's going to be more a case of we'll have the occasional chat, there'll be short chats, and hopefully I'll show you some fish. Probably going to be a short video. I'll roll the intro. I am already fishing. I'm trying to avoid the whiting. I know it's been a whiting fest here this morning. The Akios match was fished here this morning, and I know that was a whiting fest from here. I'm trying to avoid them, so I don't mind blanking. I'm trying to avoid the whiting. I've got big-ish rigs on. I've got 3/0 J-hook backed by a 3/0 circle on a standard pulley pennel rig. If you're interested to learn how to make those, I do have a video. I do have a playlist of making rigs on the channel. So yeah, go check that out. Otherwise, like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to drop me a comment in the section down below. I try to reply to as many comments as possible. I don't always get a chance, and I'm sorry. Sometimes it takes me a few days, sometimes it takes me a week or two. But yeah, normally people, it's what I do. Like I said, this is a short video. People fish along with me. It's generally quite a long video, but obviously you can watch it at your own leisure, can't you? This one I think is going to be short because I can't record the whole session, but I'll roll the intro. There's no setup time lapse, didn't film one. I've got to keep an eye on Rosa, keep an eye on the sea, because we're actually over the wall and it's kind of on the edge as to whether or not we're going to get washed off. It's a 6 metre tide. We're down at bay 26, I think. Jonathan, what bay are we in?
26.
We're in 26. Every other bay was taken. I think my car might actually be in Jonathan's way, so I might have to go move it. But yeah, I'll talk to you in a bit. Go. Nice and harmless. This should return quite nicely. There we go, we're off the mark. First of, well, let's just say it's unlikely to be the last, eh? But it's happy.
It has teeth.
Yeah, whiting do have teeth, yeah. Very pointy, horrible teeth as well.
Do they bite?
There we go, a little whiting. Well, not so little, probably about 30 centimetres, not much of a belly on it. We're going to get it back because they don't like to be out. Let's get it back. I'll see you in a bit. So yeah, dead short, dead quick. Never saw a bite. And I am, obviously, because I'm not talking to you guys, or, you know, it's just Rosa and I. We're both watching the rods. Never saw a bite, never saw a twitch. But I thought, I've had those blacks out a good 10-15 minutes. That was just first cast. At least 10 or 15 minutes. I thought, we'll check them. Jonathan's had a couple of baits stripped off, so I thought maybe there's some crabs, maybe there's some, you know, tiny pin whiting pecking at bait. But I'd put 2 blacks on, doubled them over, whipped them up, so they're quite a tight little package. And to be honest, I've been able to resend the same bait. Didn't see the bite, but I definitely felt it on the line as I was reeling it in. I was going to ask Rose to turn the camera on, but you can't see anything anyway, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, first cast, first fish. If it's anything like the video from last week, I'm here early enough this week, because I didn't go the wrong way. So maybe I'm just here for the first initial run, and maybe it'll quieten off. Once again, not what I'm targeting, but if I'd have gone any bigger hook size, you'd be eliminating the chance of some smaller cods. So I don't really want to go any bigger hook size. I know some people say fish with 4Os, 5Os, but since I see so few cod, I don't really want to reduce my chances of catching them. I've checked the squid and mussel that's gone out. One of the mussels had gone off it, so something's had a peck at it. Actually, I need to put the proper microphone on, don't I? But yeah, not a great deal going on. I've moved the just checking the, yeah, it is working. Just checking the sound. Yeah, rod tips are quiet. There's the occasional little twitch. Jonathan's rod tips are getting knocks. I mean, mine are getting knocks, but nothing that are certainly nothing that would equate to a bite. But it's lovely and calm, lovely and quiet. The sea here in the river, which is why I've come to the river as opposed to going to the beach, is calm. So fingers crossed, I'll see you in a bit. Gotcha. Don't know how well it's going to return, not as well as the last one, but there's whiting number 2. Really skinny boy, really long actually. 34 centimetres. Skate returned.
That worked.
So there we go, whiting number 2.
They have a green slug.
And a green slug apparently. See you in a bit. But yeah, that's 2 whiting caught on the same bait. I've put fresh worm on this time. I actually brought it in to change the worms on it. Lo and behold, there was another whiting on it. Very skinny, that one. It returned okay, even though I had a battle with the hook. It returned okay.
Battle with the hook.
Which is 2 for 2 actually. That's quite fortunate. Whiting generally don't return that well. So I'm quite happy with that. Little storm lamp, little tilly lamp's doing well. Let's see if it needs pumping. I don't think I've put enough fuel in it for it to last all night.
There it is. Next to the pump.
Does this look a bit dodgy on film?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if I've put enough fuel in it for it to burn all night. That's you. I've brought the fuel.
How is it still there?
How is what still there?
The little friend.
Didn't see either of those whiting bites.
Light.
Or if I am, they're so small bites.
Hello. I can't see what it says.
Quiet night.
A nice one.
Jonathan's missed a couple of good bites. I don't know if he's missed them or if the fish has come off. A couple of times where it looked as though, you know, it was into something decent. Even as he started reeling in, it looked like it was still there, but by the time it came in, there was nothing on it. But it's the danger on a smallish tide down this end when you're fishing off the top. The danger is you're going to snag up in the rocks, you're going to catch in the weed. I think for the most part, I think down here is going to be perfectly fine this evening. 6.6 metre tide, as far as I'm aware. 6.02 tide, so 6 metre tide. 10 past 8 now. But who knows, the next time you see me, might have had to retreat over the wall. I'll say it again, don't forget, comment, like or dislike, whatever you like. Subscribe if you're new. I know that still 70% of viewers are unsubscribed. It's free. There is a paid option if you want, but click subscribe, and if you want to pay, and I will eventually get round to doing it. I've not done it yet, but I've got about 5 or 6 videos that I'm going to put the full length on, and that'll be open to all members, all channel members, not subscribers, members. So subscribe is free, join, there's a charge, and that just helps the channel to grow, puts a bit of money into the channel. It's only, I think, $1.99 a month, I think I've set it to. But it does just helps with the cost of fishing, helps the channel to grow.
The woodlights are so loud I can hear them moving.
Right, okay. That's thrown me right out. Yeah. Anyway, those are your options. Use them or don't. By the time this video comes out, because I think one goes live in the morning, I've got next week's. So this week, it is going to be 3 weeks old, but I've been out 3 times this week. And I'm not doing what I've done in the past. I'm not going to throw them all out in 1 week. I do like my videos to be as up-to-date and relevant and recent as possible. But I also have to find a balance between filming, editing, working, parenting and all that kind of good stuff. So, you know, I'm not pushing them out. I'm doing them, I'm taking my time to edit them, and hopefully that's coming across as a better quality video. So yeah, apologies, this is going to be a bit behind, but hopefully by the time this comes out, in actual fact, I will have opened my COD account. I mean, hopefully I'm going to open my COD account this session. But who knows? We can but try. Talk to you in a bit.
No, it wants to be eaten.
What's this, number 3?
Yeah.
Biting number 3, getting smaller. I actually saw that bite. We'll get it back.
Yeah, it's rattling like a bugger.
Yeah. There we go. Pulley pedal, double shot. It's going to be one of them nights, isn't it? I'll get him back. Pardon?
My friend came
Oh, your moth
back.
friend came back.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Looks like it's going to be one of them nights. Might end up being an early night if nothing changes. But we'll wait and see. We'll give it a bit longer. Oh, whiting number, I don't know anymore. This one didn't make it, unfortunately, so this one is going to go for pike bait to Jonathan. But yeah, I think this is what, 7, 8? Oh no, I don't know. It's an absolute, it's an absolute fest of them. Jonathan's got 4. Sorry, camera turned off. But yeah, absolute whiting fest. Like I said, this one didn't make it, unfortunately. It's going to go for pike bait to Jonathan.
Has it lost its eye?
No, it's just clouded over. Yeah, so Jonathan's got 4 rods out, and it's getting to the point where we don't want to reel them in now, because you can tell a whiting bite. So I think I'm going to rebait with 2 big baits, and I'm going to start. I've got 2 more blacks left in this wrap that I've got open, so I think I'm going to send another worm bait, and then that's going to be it for worms for me. I'm then going to fish just big baits only until we go home.
15.
I'll see you in a bit. I'm going to have a word with you in a minute.
15.
Oh, maybe it's not dead. No, it is. So yeah, it's an absolute whiting fest. The hope is to fish through them to the cod or to anything else, but they're just on it. Whether Jonathan's tried range, he's tried close in, he's tried, well, every trick in the book, quite frankly, and there's no getting away from them. The only hope is that the swarm moves on. I've stopped turning the camera on for them now. I think I'm on 10, 12, somewhere in that region. And yeah, it's just not worth turning the camera on for them at the moment. They're not of any size, they're not of any notability. The ones that don't make it, the ones that, the smaller ones, I mean, they're really ambitious sometimes. I mean, the last one I just unhooked, the one I showed you, yeah, the last one I showed you, not the last one I unhooked, the last one I showed you, had taken both size 3/0s, and it were a small fish. They were both down its gut, so unfortunately there was no rescuing that one. So I've just sent my last 2 blacks from the last wrap, or from the last 2 blacks from the wrap, and I think that's going to be my last worm bait, or it's going to be my last worm only bait. It's going again already, I think. If I use any more worms, I'll use them in a squid and black cocktail. Because, yeah, is that 2 more?
Well, I thought I'd send you out even further, and they're still there.
Oh yeah, they're everywhere.
I'm going to drop this one in real close.
I've missed at least one really good bite that I think was a line bite on the big bait, on Veterans Bait Bloody Squid. Oh, do they call it Bloody Squid? I think they do. I think they just call it basic by its name, or Blooded Squid or something, I can't remember. And Veterans Bait Mussel, double mussel, single squid, whipped together. And yeah, I had one. The thing is, it was a slow, steady pull down. It wasn't a snap. It was just like that. You know, you'd be forgiven for thinking it was wave noise, if there was any waves. And then I left it a little bit, brought the bait in to check it, and the middle of the bait was gone. Been decimated by something. So I'd had a line bite, so hey, it is what it is. You get them. Like I said, the hope is the whiting move off and the cod stay. That's all you can hope for this time of year. At Stallingborough, this time of year, it's just a whiting fest with the odd cod. It really was a crapshoot for Jonathan and I tonight. It was, do we do Goxhill, do we do East Alton, do we do Stallingborough? Jonathan had to come to Stallingborough. I think he'd sold a rod and had to meet the fella here to sell it. And like I say, I mean, for me, it was more about getting out tonight. Stallingborough, I know more about as a mark. So I thought, I'm testing out a pair of multipliers and a new rod this evening. Well, not new to me. So I thought I'd stay here because the tide is about right. I shouldn't have to go back over the wall. I should be able to deal with the weed and the rocks quite easily with the multiplier. I wasn't planning on doing big casts, but I'd forgotten just how powerful these rods were. I think when it comes to, I'm a bit torn. I was going to upgrade because what I've got is 2 Leader Icon Empower Elites and 2 Pen Fathom 2 15s magged. Loaded them both up this evening with ASO Invisi Silk or Invisi Slick. I can never. Oh, there we go. Yeah, there we go. That's a whiting bite. Never quite sure how to pronounce that. Is it still on there, or has it moved on? Hopefully, it's moved on. And I've just put a non-tapered, straightforward shock leader on because I wasn't. I said to myself, I'm going to fish close in. I'm not going to sling it. I'm not going to risk losing a load of line. I'm not going to risk losing shock leaders. I'm not going to risk losing leads and rigs. I've just forgotten just how powerful these rods are, especially paired with those fathoms. So I was going to upgrade these fathoms to the rocket bearings and the rocket grease, which I haven't done yet. But I think just how they're performing tonight, because I bought them off the Holderness Cod Father, and he's looked after them well, and they're just flying. I mean, I'm putting nothing in it, and I'm getting easy somewhere between 80 to 100 yards, and I'm putting nothing into the cast because I'm casting 7-ounce leads. The tide pull, if you get too far out, is going to be unfishable. Like I said, I'm putting nothing into the cast, and it's easy going 80 to 100 yards at least. I've got the Pen Fathom. They're overloaded, so the shock leader is above the top of the spool, and I'm taking 2 rings off it. And obviously I'm not walking miles back to my rods. I mean, the water is now, what, 5 yards in front of me. So I'm not launching it and I'm not, spooling a load off walking back. But yeah, it's just absolutely, they're just such a powerful little combination. I'm really looking forward to putting them in the bass in spring, and hopefully into some cod this winter. They're hopefully going to be my main 2 go-tos, but when I'm fishing somewhere I don't know, I prefer to use a fixed spool because you can concentrate on what the line and the rig is doing, as opposed to having to sort of feed the line on the spool that you do have to on a multiplier. So when I'm learning about a new area, I prefer to use the fixed spools. But one thing I haven't tried yet is I haven't tried a fixed spool on the icons. So that might happen because it's rung for a hybrid, so you can take either fixed spool or multi. I've got the Fuji, is it DPS reel seats or DPG or something? Reel seats on it that are just held on with casters, solid as a rock. So I might try them with a fixed spool. But if it continues to be a whiting fest up and over high, I'll probably pack up early, to be honest. Rose has started to struggle. She's started to feel the cold a little bit. And I've kind of had my fun. I don't mind catching whiting. Hey, listen, I'll take anything over a blank. And a fish is a fish. It's great fun, and I'm really happy to be catching them. But it's not what I'm after. And if you can't fish through them, I'll take the win. I'll take the win. Not blanked. And I'll head off home. Sod's law is then Jonathan will hit into a cod because he'll stay, but hey, listen, he pays you money, he takes your chance, don't you? It's just the way it goes sometimes. And I have to think about the little one. She wanted to come. I think the cold has just got the better of her. So she's gone to warm up. What I've said to her is if I end up coming back over the wall, as soon as it's not fishable back out again, we won't come back over the wall, we'll pack up and we'll go home. But I'll be honest, I don't think I'm going to have to go back over the wall. I might just fish it up to high. I mean, by the time it gets to high, we'd have had 5 hours fishing-ish, 4.5, 5 hours fishing. Because I came straight over the wall, we were fishing from the moment we got here. There was no waiting for the tide. So I don't know, we'll wait and see. Anyway, I'll stop waffling on, and I'll see you in a bit. Whiting number I don't know anymore, so I'm changing tack. I'm saying big baits only, no more worms. So the worms are coming off. This hopefully is going to be the last one of the night, whiting wise. Could be the last fish I'm going to see tonight, but I'd rather that than keep catching these guys. So yeah, I'll talk to you in a bit. Right folks, well it looks like we're not going to be opening the cod account this week. It's just come up to high water, but the cold has really kicked Rosa's arse, so I think I'm going to have to call it a night. I've got to do what's best for her. We've had a good session with it, a double figure whiting. I don't know, I stopped counting at sort of 9, 10, 11. I've not put them all in video, otherwise, you know, it's just... Traditionally, and I say this so many times, but it's true of most of the marks around here, traditionally this does fish better on the ebb. In hindsight, what I would have done is I would have come later, but the cold has kicked Rosa's arse. I think it's really caught her off guard. She's got her thermals on and stuff like that, but it's still just it's biting. And now this now the cloud cover's blown over, it's dropped dramatically as the temperature. Now the cloud cover's blown over. There's nothing going on with rods since I've been using big baits. As he says that, one of them goes off. Just watch that and I'll talk to you. Sorry about the head torch, but my my tip lights have run out of charge. I sent both the batteries and the charger through the washer, so yeah, that's my fault. So yeah, anyway, what was I going to say? That's gone quiet. I'm going to pat the camera down. I'll put all this away, pat the camera down, start loading up the car, and then as always the rods will be the last thing to come down. If there's a fish, I don't think there is, but if there's a fish, be a picture. I'm hoping to be out again next weekend, no idea where. May well be here again, big tides, so may well be here again. I think Marcus is itching to go to a beach, which I'm more than happy to do. We'll just have to wait and see. So anyway guys, Well done to those fishing that fished the Achios today. Well done to the Darwa juniors. That was a hell of a turnout, and apparently a really good match on the flatty batch in the river. Thank you for all the sponsors for that. I know that there's a fair few. I know Mike at Case to Tackle heavily sponsors the Achios, and I think he puts a bit in for the Darwa as well. I know Mike over at Seaglow, he put some stuff in for the juniors. I think Mike's Rigs also puts some, there's a lot of Mike's, put some stuff in for the junior Darwas as well. So thank you and well done to all those guys. Do go check them out. They've all got top quality gear. Mike's Rigs, some of the best around for the, well, for anywhere, but he knows the East Coast quite well. You can literally just ask him, here's where I'm going fishing, what rigs, and he'll make and send to you. Bag at Case to Tackle's got everything that you'll need. Seaglow have got some cracking stuff out. They've got some cracking rods coming out very soon. Don't forget, Georgia Anglers and Danglers, if you're coming over this way for all your fresh bait. Who else we got? Thanks to Veterans Baits for the squid, for the mussel, for the crab cart. Unfortunately not done the business tonight. We're still really early in the season. We're still mid-October, which for Stallingborough is early. Traditionally, Goxhill, East Alton, areas like that would fish more reliably, I think is the better word. Stand a better chance of blanking, but a better chance of getting a cod. So, you know, it's a case of what you're after, I suppose. Yes, I was after cod tonight, but circumstances just put me here as opposed to going there. I'll stop waffling on. Short video, I think. So once again, comment down below, have a chat. Do subscribe if you're not already. Consider joining if you'd like to see the unedited, or not unedited, but the long fishing version videos. I will get around to doing that, I promise. They just take so long. That's why I've got to put them behind the paywall. They just take so long. I did one for the last Hornsey trip, and editing, so there is a little bit of editing in all the videos. There's a little bit of editing, there's conversations private that need taking out, there's people who don't want to be in video, they need taking out, things like that. But they're as unedited as they can be, and they're usually somewhere between 2 to 3, sometimes even 4 to 5 hours long. Not everybody's cup of tea, but they're there. But yeah, they take a good day of electric, at least 4 or 5 hours in time, my time. So I have to put them behind the paywall. I'm sorry, I do. Just because it costs me so much in time and energy to do it. Oh yeah, anyway, sorry, I've said it 3 or 4 times now. Like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Stay safe, tight lines, and I'll see you later.